Well, what's going on, y'all? Once again, it's tore apart. So we're actually gonna put the valve cover back on. I've been looking into wiring the coils up. We got a game plan on that. Tonight it is, what's today, Monday? It's Monday, it's like 8:15. I'm not gonna work a whole lot on it this evening, but we're going to get it jacked up. I'll probably throw the valve cover back on it, get it back in time, go from there. But we're gonna get the coil packs wired up hopefully soon, get the CPS ordered soon, and see if that fixes it. If it doesn't, the next step, who knows? We just have to wait and see. I'm gonna get it jacked up because I got some things I want to do. I want to clean some wiring up that's underneath on this side where it had the igniter, because I got rid of the igniter because these coils have an igniter in them. So I got rid of that. So I'm gonna clean some wires up, move some stuff around as far as that. I might tape stuff up and paint this because this looks like crap, y'all. Look at this thing. Golly, and it got that lid all on that. I'm gonna clean that up, clean that. But just do some cleaning up on it. Get check the bolts for my seat, take the wheels off, check the brakes. Just nut and bolts and things, check everything out, make sure everything looks okay, and go from there. So let's get this thing jacked up. And plus that way it's not sitting on the tires on the concrete wall. It's we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. So let's get this thing jacked up and put on jack stands real fast. Okay, y'all, so about fell. Got it jacked up. Let me show you something. The front struts are definitely gonna come off. The back ones may or may not. We'll have to see what happens, but let me show you what's going on with these front ones. So I was jacking it up and I was like, okay, this wheel's on the ground. Let's jack this side over here up. Look, I don't have holders nowhere near the room. So I got in here. I don't know if you can see in there or not. I can't see nothing, but anyway, the spring's right there and it's tight, you know, the way it's supposed to be. I come over here. And this spring right here is loose. So these are obviously not adjusted the same. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these all the way off. It'll take me a while to get them set up how I want. Obviously, you know, that's how you, this runs the spring up, and then this adjusts your height. You run them down in there. These were on the car when I got it, but they're the Tine or Teen or however you say that. So we'll probably end up taking these struts off, just selling this front, take this wheel off. And I can see it's all stock stuff, y'all. It's stock brake. Well, it's got drill brakes on the front, but it's got stock calipers and everything on it. So we'll take this off and get this adjusted how I want. I don't know why I have more travel here than I do on the other side. So that's something we're gonna have to figure out. I've got right at 4 inches here, and I don't even have 3 on the other side. So I don't understand that. And then of course we'll check the back ones and see what's going on with them and go from there. But there's one thing I'm gonna address while we got it down, while we're messing with all this other crap in between getting parts here and everything else. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw this valve cover on. I'll pull the front wheels off tonight and probably call it evening. Maybe get the timing belt set back on it and get it back in time. And yeah, go from there. So okay, so everybody knows on this car, if you're watching this or if you even care, it's kind of a vlog type night. We got the wheels off. So when I got this car, when I went to look at this car, there was no motor, no trans, no radiator, no wiring harness, no intercooler, there was nothing in the engine bay, transmission, drive shaft, nothing. He had one that was wrecked that had everything in it. I was supposed to buy both cars. He started doing the swap from the wrecked car to this car like the day after I looked at it, after I done told him I wanted it. He went ahead and started anyway. Anyway, no big deal. He done most of it as far as swapping everything. There's a lot of nuts and bolts and stuff that wasn't hooked up that I had to go and hook up myself. Anyway, with that being said, he did put these on. The only thing that I have done to these shocks since I have put them on is adjusted ride height. I've not adjusted anything else. That's my fault. Well, I'm lying. I adjusted the stiffness here just to try to get where I needed. So probably gonna be starting all over. Cause let me show you this here. As I showed you on the front ones. So obviously, get that, and that's loose. So when this thing would extend all the way, there is no tension on that, which, whatever, you know. But I would like to at least have some tension on it, a little bit of tension, just so the spring don't wobble, and then adjust my height here how I want the car to sit. On this side over here, I don't know if I have enough light or not. Oh yeah, so you can see I have, that is not even tight, and then that spring's tight in this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back this off until the spring's loose and then get a little bit of tension on it, and then adjust my ride height from there once we get it back on the ground. The back shock, I actually need some back coilovers, but spring's tight on that one. That's good. I don't remember which one it is. I would know if I pulled the hatch right fast. One of the two doesn't adjust very well, and I'm gonna say it's this side. Once you see this side, you'll know why. I still got my numbers on there for Wilkesboro. Look how greasy this thing is. You know. So, but now, if y'all remember a while back, not really greasy there though. A while back, the oil thing on the oil filter messed up the feed. But I think this shock's leaking. I need to get a light in here and shine real good. Not really sure what's going on there, but we're gonna check it out. But anyway, there's the gist of it. We're gonna take these. I'm gonna do all of them the same. I'm gonna run them all down to where the spring's loose, put a little tension on it, and then adjust my ride height with this piece here screws into the shock body, or into the strut body. The little, hold on, let me go to this other side so you can see a little bit better. But anyway, the threaded part actually threads down. You loosen this nut, this piece threads down in there, and that's how you get your ride height. So I'm gonna loosen these to the springs just a little bit loose, and then I'm gonna tighten them, and then when we set everything back on the ground, we'll set our ride height and go from there. But that's probably it for tonight. We got this one puzzles me. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll get these things fixed up. I might go ahead and spray these down so they can soak. And go from there. And yes, look, we're using jack stands. So, and I'm gonna look about cutting all this out. So that's structural there, tied into this frame here. So I'll leave all this here. I might come in here and cut this out. And now that I can see from the bottom side, now I know. Cut all that out. I might come in here, cut this out. Who knows? We'll see what happens, see how far we get. Like I said, depends on how long we're waiting as far as getting the parts we want. We're going to hopefully not get rid of this, but we're going to do, so this thing is, as y'all seen before, it's got a little coil wire in there and a magnet here. We're going to get rid of this whole setup. We're going to leave this metal piece and this piece. So this one on this one works as the crank trigger. It's a 24 tooth. And this is your cam sensor. And this is, of course, your crank sensor. This is your, yeah, you know what I'm saying, your wheel. Your crank, this would be for your crank wheel. This would be for your cam wheel. This is your triggers, dual cams, and then your crank. So when we do the Hall sensors, you get rid of one of these two. Actually, you get rid of all this, but you go to one sensor for the camshaft and then the one sensor for the crank, and it goes to digital instead of VR. So it gets rid of all that. Well, you keep your wheels, but it gets rid of all the old, outdated electronics. So that's the plan, is to go that route and go from there. So we're gonna get that, get the coils wired up. I gotta make my bracket, whatever I'm gonna make up here to hold my coils. We'll get that figured out. But just want to give y'all a little video, a little update of what we're doing. I don't know. We worked a long day today, so By the time I got home, ate, everything like that. It's a little later when we got in the garage. But I did want to come out and do a little something. So I got it jacked up, got the wheels off, and somewhat maybe have a game plan. We're gonna work on taping that up, painting all that. So anyway, appreciate it, y'all. Bonus, we're not done yet. All right, so I know it looks the same, right? No shaky, shaky. No shaky, shaky. So the spring's in there. So then what I'll do is I'll knock this one loose, and I can use these since they're already, well, that's loose, but what I'll do is I'll run that up. I'll tighten that to that. If I want to run, so when I turn this, it'll spin everything with the spring and run it down or up out of this to set my ride height. And that way I get that extension there. And then this side, you'll be able to see where I have all of them loose. And that spring's longer now, so hopefully that'll work. We'll see. If it's not the reason that I have more travel on the driver's side than the passenger side, I don't know what it is. Tell me in the comments if you know something different or if I'm doing something wrong. I'm still learning this stuff, so. But I would really like to have something better for the back, because like I said, that one I think's messed up. It seems to be working okay. It just don't seem like it adjusts the way that I want it to. It seems like the adjustment on it's messed up or something. I don't know. We're not making really enough power for it to really matter at this point in time. It's not bouncy, so it's not soft. It's just, I can adjust it and make it softer. I make it stiff, but it don't feel right. Like it don't click right. So, but anyway, it is what it is. I still think I'm gonna cut out some of this stuff, cut some more weight off the front of this thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If we do, I might weld in some bars or something. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. But anyway, appreciate it, y'all. I'm out for tonight. Peace.